Good afternoon and welcome to the Chambers University. It is my pleasure to bring to you our speaker for today on the power of a database, Mr. Ivan Saldias.
Hey, hi everyone. This is Ivan Saldias. I'm going to be well evaluated by Jane, our professional coach. Okay, so my name is Ivan Saldias. I am a real estate agent for 15 years. I belong to the Miramar and Pembroke Pines Chamber of Commerce for about over 5-6 years, somewhere in there. And I've been proud to say that most of my business come to my database. There are a lot of realtors that they do quite different things and they spend a lot of money on advertising or cold calling, magazine, boost benches. They buy leads for expire, for sell by owner thing, and make a lot of cold calling during the day. But we are not one of those. We just pretty much all our business come from our database. So we were #1 team in Keller Williams, Pembroke Pines area. Last year, and #3 in South Florida region, meaning from Orlando and down. And again, proud to say that most of what we do is based on our database. Last year, we closed 84 transactions, and we already surpassed that just between me and my wife, Ari. So let's talk about the power of our database. This is a class that I teach to other realtors because obviously, related to our database, but it's applicable for any business that, work with clientele. So we're gonna talk about the truth of our database is that the heart of our business is our database. And the heartbeat of our business is your regular contact with your database. I am originally from Chile, so I came here when I was 27 years old. So basically, for a salesperson, I didn't have my high school friends or a college friend or family, none of that. So I have to pretty much build my database from scratch. So I got that concept, and I started building it with everybody that I met, everybody that I has a relationship. I'll start connecting with them. There are different database tools. Technology has advanced a lot lately. We have the famous CRM, Customer Relationship Manager. They are different out there that you can use, but they're simple tools like the 3x5 index card, old-fashioned, the electronic spreadsheet, your personal manager, your database management system, or your CRM or contact management system, as some other people call. So the question is, it doesn't matter the size of your database. You can have 5 people, 10,000, 2,000. The question is that what is the best type of database tool that you use? And the answer is no, the one that you will actually use and use systematically. That's why, because you can have a pretty large database, but if you're not in contact with them, they don't gonna remember you when they need your service, when they need to ask you a question in regard your product or your service. So, and it doesn't matter if you have a CRM or if you have a database tool, but again, you need to use it. So for us, we have the 4 laws of our database. And that will be to build your database, even if it's from scratch, or even if you are in the same field of business for a few years, or if you are brand new in a new business and you need to create your database, that will be the #1, build your database. And we're gonna see a little bit of some tools or some ways that you can use your database. And at the end, I'm gonna show you some examples of what we use as a team to stay connected with our database. So again, we're gonna build our database, then we're gonna feed it every day, meaning that what we do, or daily action or daily conversation, wherever we go, wherever we are networking with, we're going to try to get as much information of other people that we can, so that way we can feed our database, we can feed our CRM, whatever tool system that you use, in order to to use number 3, which is communicate with them systematically. So what we do as a communication, there are different things, would be email, text, phone numbers, uh, clients events, like we're gonna go and we're gonna show you some. And number 4 law is to service all the lead that comes your way, because you can build your database, you can feed it every day, then you're going to communicate with them with the solely purpose of create lead, create relationship, clients, new business. But if you receive those leads and you don't service them, you don't pay attention, you return a phone call 2-3 days after, they are asking for a question, you don't answer properly, things like that. If you don't service those leads, number 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter if you did it right. It doesn't matter if you're communicating with them, if at the end of the day, when they need you, you disappear. So pretty much those are the 4 laws that we're gonna look in this section today. So how we're gonna build our database? The truth of the matter is that the size of our business database over time will be in direct proportion of the size and the quality of our database. So again, there are different businesses out there, but for those that works with your database, the size of your business over the time will be in direct proportion of the size and the quality of your database. You need to have a good size and a good quality of database, and use the communication systematically and funnel your leads in order to generate more business. So that's what it says, that the size of your business over time will be in direct proportion of the size of your database. So this is an example. Sorry if it's too small, maybe you are not able to read, but you can do kind of the same thing with your particular business. You can name it the lake of your database. Imagine a lake, that's your lake of database. So what are the different sources that gonna build your database? I'm gonna name some of maybe apply just for realtor, but some for any business. For example, web searches. You need to have a website with a widget and try to have a call of action for the people to sign in or contact you through your website. Response to advertising. If you are doing advertising, social media, magazine, any type of advertising, you need to respond to them. If you are doing geographic farm, for example, we as a realtor, we are farming Chapel Trail. It's about 2,000 houses that we send flyers, that we do events. So that's your geographic area, if you're gonna have one. Another source to build your database is community involvement. For example, you have to be involved with the Chamber, where we are involved with the Chamber of Commerce. Miramar on Pembroke Pines, I'm also involved with the Chamber of Commerce of Chile. I am originally from Chile. I'm involved with the Chamber of Commerce. I am in the Lead the Way group for the Chamber of Commerce. So I'm in another sector involved also. So you have to get involved with the community if your business allow it. And that's another great way to build relationship and build your database. Client parties is another. We rent CV Smith Park, and we threw a yearly party to our clients. Over 200-300 people shows up there. We do Thanksgiving client appreciation, where we give away pie, pumpkin pie, apple pie to our clients. We do now, you are all invited. We are giving away a Peloton bike. The value is about $2,000, a stationary bike, and we are giving it away just for everybody that sign in. So you can do different events. Now, some of those events, and depending on the nature of your business, obviously those events are going to be in the extent of your business or what you're going to spend on those events. Since we are related with lenders, title company, inspection company, insurance company, we have the ability to ask our vendors to help us to sponsor this event. So that's something also that you may be able to do within your business. So for example, if we have an event that's going to cost us $2,000-3,000 to throw our client appreciation party in CB Smith Park, we may ask some of our preferred vendors to help us out to sponsor that event. So we may end up paying a portion of the total cost. Some other way to build your database, well, in this case, office call. If you can have a call system from your office, lead generation system, random conversations. When you go to the bank, where we used to be, when we go to the bank, to the supermarket, anywhere we go, I'm trying to connect with people. For example, in my case, I don't usually give my business card out. I usually collect their business card if I can, or I put it right there in my cell phone. Because if you provide your business card all the time, I don't know, but a big percent is going to be end up in the garbage can, and you wasn't able to connect or to get those person information. So I always try to get their information directly on my phone or get their business card, but I don't give mine. Some other venues could be business networking, like we do on Net at Night, Chamber of Commerce, personal referral, past clients, families, etc. So that's a way to build our database. Now, not everybody in your database is the same, is going to be the same, let's say the same type of client, the same type of, there are different groups. There are people that you know, like in this slide, the met people, and that you haven't met. In my case, for example, the haven't met category is the general public. Is everybody from the city of Miramar Pembroke Pines, everybody around city that needed housing. Could be a target group. For example, the Chapel Triel neighborhood, which is there are 7 different subdivisions in it, and there are over 2,000 people. I don't know them. They are within my haven't met category, but they are a target group because I'm targeting them with a special marketing piece, with phone call, with text, with an event, and now with the social media ad that you can target to a particular geographic area. So the idea with as the time goes and as you start working with your database, the idea is to push all these people to get closer to your advocate, and why not your core advocate. So if I'm targeting Chapel Triel, and I do a door knocking and I met Jane Cabrera, for example, who is the owner of one of these property, and I get a relationship with her and invited to our event. I invite Jane to like our Facebook group that it has information in regarding the community and free event and food drive, etc. Jen, maybe we're gonna get along, so I'm gonna move her to one of my allied resources, for example, resources. I know that she does coaching, things like that. I can start offering her service. Then she may refer a client for me or vice versa. So we're gonna be advocates. So that's the idea, to push all the people they haven't met from the outside to your core group, which is your advocate. So this is another the type of business you met are gonna give you repeat business because they are met people. They're people that know you and trust you already. So they're gonna give you business on their own. They're gonna buy it. In my case, for example, they're gonna buy another property, or they're gonna lease, or they're gonna buy an investment property, and also they're gonna provide referrals. And the referrals, you put it in the same communication system. And they haven't met people that you haven't met, which is the general public, and the target group, those people, as you grow the relationship, as you communicate systematically with them, they may gonna be your client in the near future, or they may not gonna do business with you, but may gonna be able to refer clients to you. So again, that's how you start building your database from the lake of your database, and you have met client and haven't met clients. And depending on the nature of your business, you classify them, and you start working with them. Like I'm saying, I'm gonna jump some slides because they are particularly related to Keller Williams and the real estate matter, but the other one apply for everybody. So this is another graphic of what we were talking about. Continually move your contact towards becoming core advocate. So general public, target group, your network, your allied resource, in my case, will be my title company, lenders, insurance company. So something related in your business, what are your allied resources? And if you provide referral to them, you are well allowed to ask also for referrals. So you can ask them at any time. And then your advocates, um, people that do business with you, and your core advocate, people that obviously they are your billboard. Basically, they promote you everywhere. They always, when it's something conversation related to your business, you are on top of mind, and they always gonna mention with everybody. So one more thing in this last slide from the number one, build your database, is that 20% of your database can lead you to 80% of your business. And that apply for us in this case. We have a large database, over 6,000 people, let's say, but they are from any angle of life, and but our core advocate, or is about 200, 300 people that, or families that they keep referring business to us. So building your med database, some sources of building your med database is going to be your family, your friends, your neighbor, obviously people from your home, school, people that you do business with, from sport, hobbies. If you go to church, or you are a soccer mom, soccer dad, former employees, co-workers, suppliers, organization, etc. I can say, for example, I have people in my database, met a lot of them from the Chamber of Commerce, because I belong to the Chamber of Commerce and I'm involved with the Chamber. We do every January or net at night. We participate on the Chamber breakfast. So some of these met people, and I have done business with, belong to the Chamber of Commerce. This is an exercise that we are not doing. So now we're going to go to number two. So number one was to build our database. We already we picture the lake of our database, and the different sources that we're going to start building our database. And now we're going to feed our database every day. So the way that we do, for example, in real estate, is we try, there are different ways, obviously. As long as you do something, is better than nothing. But for example, one of the standards that they say, to make 10 new contacts a day, enter 10 new people in your database, in your CRM, write 10 personal notes, and preview, in our case, 10 homes. So you can obviously have a set of activities that you can do whatever time of the day. Usually it's starting your day, the earlier the better, to work in your business. That's what we consider working in their business, is when we're working in our database. Then when we are showing property, advising people, putting contract, we are just enjoying life on that, because we love what we do. But some of the way to feed your database again is through this system, and expanding your med database could be through phone calls, visit your past client. We use a system of letter that we call, every quarter, we call the whole alphabet. So every week is 2 different letters, with different, let's say A and W. A has a lot of last name, W has just a few last name. So I can share that later with you. There is a calendar of letters, so you can call your entire database 4 times a year. So every quarter you call from A to Z 2 letters per week. Um, so that's something that you can do, phone calls to your database using a system to do that. Go to school, church, neighbors, sport, hobby, community. In our case, hold open houses, do a geographic farm or niche, depending on your business, and internet leads and some other sources. So what are you going to feed in your database? What is important? Obviously, I'm sorry that I'm going to repeat this over and over. It's going to depend on the nature of your business, but it's important to put the name, the home address, the phone number, the email address, and obviously, if you can get the entire business card. We, in the different system that we use, we do phone calls, so we need a phone number. We obviously send emails a couple of times a month, so we need the email address, and we send letters. So we send a couple of different mailing pieces. So we are also asking for the address. Now, we are getting more purposely with this, and now we ask for birthday. So we send personal note and happy birthday to everybody that we have their birthday. We send an email, we send a text, and we send a personal note. So we have 3 touches when it's somebody's birthday. Um, so another what to feed in our database, the main thing was name, address, emails, and date of birth. But it is important to how do you engage with these people? Uh, how I'm gonna talk to them and ask them out of the blue for the date of birth? There is a system called FOR to communicate with people. Obviously, out of the 6,000 people that we have in our database, we know a lot of them, but there are quite a few that we don't know them, we don't remember. They may be a lead from a house that we were selling and we receive a call through the internet or whatever it was, that when we are going to make that phone call, we don't remember that person. So you can remember the FOR acronym. FOR stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dream. So for example, excuse me. For example, if I don't remember John Smith and I'm just going, hey, John Smith, hi, this is Ivan Saldias. Hey, I am a real estate agent with Keller Williams. I have your contact information in our database. Probably we met or we have a relationship before. By the way, how is your family? So you start asking opening things that they start talking about. Yeah, my family is okay. My kid is still at school, this and that. Are you still working? What it was that you was working on? No, I am in, I don't know, in Caterpillar. I work in Caterpillar. So you start engaging. So even though you don't know what is their family occupation, their dream, recreation, people love when you start asking about their family, about their job, or how they've been doing. Especially this time, it's a lot of loneliness going on around, or people working from home. They need to talk to someone. So it is good to get connected, and that's was allow us to stay on the number 1 on this year and even close more transactions than the past year in this difficult time. Okay, so we're going to engage with the 4 conversation and how to help you build your relationship more quickly by gathering information. In this case, when we talk about real estate, if you're a buyer or seller, your urgency, if it's somebody else that's gonna take the final decision. We look a lot about the personality profile of the client in this case. We note everything in our CRM, in our database. There are people that are very way more formal than what I am. I'm kind of informal guy. I love cycling. I love life, nature, the outdoor, things like that. I would love to be showing houses in short and sandals, but I cannot do that. So you need to look at the profile of the client. There are some more serious, respectful, and I have to speak very slow with them, people that need a lot of information before they make a decision. So that's what we call, and obviously there are some experts here that they know about the DISC profile, DISC. You can look at it, Tony Robbins, the DISC profile, to look at people personality and work better with them. So we also collect birthday, and we know about their hobbies, the interests. So when we talk to them, we have in our CRM in the client file a note. So we put a note, obviously Ivan call, and we talk about this and that, the kids in the school, things like that. So when we call them next time, 3 months after, we already know what we talked with them last time. So we just even easier to start talking with people. Okay. So we already feed our database. When number one, we build it with the lake of our database. And number two, we feed it with the different system, personal note and phone calls, text, etc. So now we're going to communicate with them in a systematic way. This is very particular on your business, but what we do is, for example, we uh, prospect for 3 hours. We don't do it every day. We hope so. That's a forever procrastination, but we generate business in some other way. But the expert says that the one habit, the one thing, if you're working with your database, the one thing that you should do, job related, is to the 3 hours lead generation activity. You begin the 3 hours with identify and prioritize what are going to be your activity, what group of your database you're going to call. For example, in my case, if I'm doing the net at night event in January 20, my calls on the first week of January is not going to be my database, my farming, this and that. It may be my Chamber of Commerce database. So I'm going to try to call everybody that I have from the chamber in my database to invite them to that event. If we are doing the client appreciation party on May, my calls on April, I'm going to be inviting people to my entire database, inviting people to our client appreciation. So it's depend again on the nature of your business, but the idea is to make as many phone calls, contact you can within the 3 hours. And then obviously you have all the random thing that you can do in your job. One of the systems that we have to communicate systematically, as you can see here, we have the met on the left and the haven't met on the right. So the met people, we put it in an 8x8 touch, meaning that for a week, we're gonna touch them every week somehow. For example, could be, I'm gonna give them a call this week. Next week, I'm gonna send you a personal note if I have your address. The following week, I'm gonna send you a text. The following week, I'm gonna send you an email, and so on. You can build this whatever way you want. We even visit some people in their house or at their job. Is their job are allowed? We call this a pop by. I'm just popping by you, and I'm having my car, little stuff, little present, USB. I don't have one in here. A USB light that you can put it in your laptop, and it's a USB, and at the same time, it's a light. It's a very cheap thing, and we have boxes in our car. And sometimes when we drive by somebody's house or somebody's job, we just stop by and we say hi and give a present, come from contribution. So again, you met someone anywhere, in public, in the bank, in a networking event, you got the contact information, you put it in your CRM, at least a name, email address, phone number. If you have the mailing address, even better. If you have your date of birth, way better. So we're going to put it on the 8x8, and you're going to build it the way you want. You want to send an email, easy peasy. You send an email. Hey, hi. Hi, John. It was very nice to meet you the other day at the bank. I hope that you was able to solve whatever issue you was over there. And here is my contact information. Remember that I'm here to help, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna send an email, then you can send a text next week, and next week pop by, or send a personal note, phone call, etc. You're gonna build it. So 8 touches by 8 weeks. After the 8 weeks, since you do it systematically, we're gonna soften it up, that touches, and we're gonna put it in 33 touches as sustained relationship touches. Among those 33 touches, what we do, remember, we call 4 times in a year. Every quarter, we call our database. So 4 touches are phone calls. Then we send 2 emails a month, blast email. 2 emails a month are 24 touches, plus the 4 phone call, 28 touches. We invite them to our client appreciation event. So some of them go to the NetApp Night, some of them go to the Thanksgiving event, some of them are gonna be in our VIP event. So you build your 33 touches. Now, again, it could be 20 touches, 18 touches, 24 touches, twice a month, whatever you wanna call, or whatever number of touches you wanna do it. But as if you do it systematically, then people are waiting for our event. People are waiting for their note for happy birthday with a lottery scratch out that we put it in the middle. People are waiting to receive those information and emails sometime that we send. You know, so there are some people that are waiting to unsubscribe us, you know, like anything in life. But when you have a large database of 6,000, 7,000 people, if you have an opening ratio of 15 to 20% in your email, you are looking at, you know, 1,200 people that open one single email that I send, and that it costs $0. You just create the flyer or whatever it is, and you send that email, and, you know, if you have 6,000, 20% open, is 1,200 people that open your email twice a month, 2,400 people. So that's what I'm saying. And depending on the nature of your business, try to develop some system to communicate with them systematically. You can contact me privately if you need any help or any advice on how to build this thing, the 8x8, the 33 touches, or you can adapt it, accommodate to your reality. And then on the right side, we have the haven't met, and the haven't met is, again, people that are general public, people that are in our target area. So since we don't have their phone number, their email address, we don't have their addresses, we just need to communicate in order to capture that information. So probably one of the cheapest, easiest way is through EDDM, every door direct mail, through the post office, if it is a geographic area, because the post office deliver by route. Or you can just use the post service and mail one piece a month. That's what they call 12 direct, because you send a piece of flyer, letters, something through the mail. It's once a month, so it's the 12 month. Now, if you have over 200 people in your database with mailing address, I will recommend to get a permit from the USPS, because the post office will be, the stamp, I'm sorry, will be half price of a regular stamp. So I don't know right now the number, but if the stamp is 52, the permit number is 26, but you need to mail at least 200 people. And EDDM is even cheaper. It's 18 cents a piece, because it goes to every door direct mail. It doesn't go to names. You don't put names on the postcard, the letter, whatever you send. Okay, so and basically this is the overview, the systematic marketing plan. When you met someone, 8x8, then 33 touches. When you haven't met someone, you don't have the phone number, the email address, the address. So the only way is to send a piece of postcard, letter, newsletter, and communicate with them. And as we saw in the previous slide, then they're going to give us a repeat business or referral business, or it's going to be like they haven't met new business to come. This is the same thing that we were talking. The type of systematic marketing action plan haven't met is the 12 direct, and the met 8x8 and 33 touches. What all these three systems have a common: overkill over time. Why? Because no matter how much frequent and systematic lead generation is emphasized, this is most real estate agents still tend to underdo it. And most of the people, um, depending on the business, still underdo it, and they don't take advantage of their database. And it doesn't matter in my case if I'm gonna be a realtor in Keller Williams, or tomorrow I go to another company, I open my own brokerage, my database, I'm gonna carry on with me, my database. If I open a new business not related to real estate, guess what? I have a whole big database that I'm gonna promote that a new venture that I'm gonna have. So it is always worth it to build it, to have a database and communicate systematically with them. So the benefit of systematization is the consistency is predefined, because you can already have a plan for your mailing piece, your emailing piece, all the holidays, you can predefine them. It's repeatable and it's automatic. So you don't, at the beginning of the year, we already have 12 pieces of mail or email, I'm sorry, because every month has a holiday. We have a Happy New Year's, St. Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, I don't remember day, 9/11 Day, Thanksgiving, Happy Halloween. So I told you, okay, I already have one piece of email per month, and then you put something related to your business. So that's the benefit of systematization: consistency, predefined, repeatable, and automatic. Okay. And we overlook already the A by A is a combination of personal visit, phone calls, either item of value, drop it off or send it, like I was mentioned, and a handwritten note. That's related to real estate. Okay, so now the 33 touches is and also, again, you can do it anywhere you want it. It could be 20, at least 12 touches once a month. From that, you can take it all over and do as many touches as you want. But in this case, it's a combination of 14 mailing, letters, card, email, etc. 8 thank you or thinking of you card. We provide a personal note or card for thank you for your referral, thank you for the closing, for a happy home anniversary, a happy birthday, etc. And here it says 3 phone calls. We do 4 phone calls, personal observance card, holiday, etc. So you can, again, this is an idea, but you can customize according to your business. And succeeding through the 33 touches is just to be consistent, be personal, so the people don't, even though it is kind of automatic, the people don't see you as a robot over there, as a machine doing this, and be a long term, because a relationship are being built over a period of time. So then you can customize your 33 touch plan. And the 12 direct, which is for the haven't met people. Remember, met people is A by A pro 33 touches. The haven't met is a 12 direct. It's a direct program, is a series of direct mail pieces mailed to a target haven't met group at the rate of 1 piece per month over a cycle of 12 months. That's again related, could be farming if you are in a geographic area. EDDM, every door direct mail is the cheapest way to do it, 18 cents a piece. If you are mailing over 200 direct mail, you need a permit from the USPS. It costs you about $250 a year, the permit. And then each mail piece is gonna be about 26, 28 cents. Or if you're just gonna do randomly and less than 200 people, you buy stuff. Okay. So that's pretty much it in communicating with our database. If it's not related with real estate, we're going to use email or calendar, contact information. We're going to categorize their clients, etc. We're going to have an action plan with them, but that's more with real estate. It is time to use a contact management system. So depending on the size of your database, as we mentioned at the beginning, you can use, there are different systems. Top Producer is one of them, but it may be some CRM more particular, more related to your business. So it is good for you to engage with one of them. Hopefully they have a system, a way to communicate with the clients also. So you can use everything on one platform, okay? So what is the myth? It is time to use our contact management system. So what is the myth? The myth is I don't have enough lead to bother with a constant contact management system. But the truth is that most of the agent or most of the business owner in the growth phase of their career are managing 20 to 80 leads at a time. With just 20, it is difficult to keep contact information up to date, as well as scheduling and completing your other leads. So let me see, your other leads generation activity. Implementing touch program without an automatic system become virtually impossible. And that's the truth. As you grow, it is impossible to get in contact with everybody. You don't remember. Sometime, fortunately, we are in the same race and we don't remember somebody asked us for the information for a house yesterday, or that they want to see a house, and we forgot that we didn't put it in our database, and then it's bad, business loss, terrible. Okay, so that's another the benefit of EH. EH is one of the CRM system, but one of the benefits, let's say, to talk in general of regular CRM system is that they may have action plans for you to do. After you contact a client, they may have access to marketing material, flyer, postcard, etc., that you can customize, prompts, contact. You can keep the contact information, the history about all your confirmation in conversation, all your interaction with your clients. You can calendar an appointment, schedule appointment. Some of them has email integration and automatization, so you can set up and schedule your monthly emails. Some of them also have a lead sourcing and tracking. They tell you where the lead come from, if it come from a networking event, if it come from the Chamber of Commerce, the lead come from my boss bench at the corner, it come from a magazine, so you can track your ROI, your return on investment. Some of them obviously has a software and the transaction manager if your business is need paperwork or transaction administration things. Okay, so the key to a CRM, I keep saying CRM because we call it customer relationship manager instead of CMS, but it's the same thing. Is to use it, embrace it, take baby step, and listen to it, and copy from someone that is already using it. You don't need to invent the wheel. If you already know someone that is using or related to your business, and they are using some type of system, the best way and the shortcut is to copy and ask them what they're using so you can implement it, and then you get creative and start doing your own things. But at the beginning, in our case, with so many successful realtors around the country that are doing way more than us, they are for many years successful. We just try to copy the models and system of those people. Okay. Remember the do not call list, outputting, opting out. You need to record the people request, stop the campaign immediately if they are in a smart plan or in automatic campaign, and you need to better take them out of there and don't communicate with them if they opt to be out of your mailing list. And the last point to recap, we build our database, then we start feeding with our daily activity. We communicate with them, hopefully with a CRM or system that you already have in place. If not, you can just do an Excel sheet with your 8x8 or your 33 touches. Or if you just want to do one that you haven't done it, just start with 24 touches twice a month. Somehow, either it's going to be with a text system, it's going to be through an email system. You know, you can use, for example, the chamber is a constant contact. If I'm not mistaken, it costs you $15, 1.5 a month. I believe that was for 500 or less people in your database. So it's there. There are many other platforms that you can use, but Constant Contact is definitely one of them, and it's very inexpensive. And they have all the flyers for different industry, and flyers that you can customize, holidays flyer and flyer for industry. So you go over there, you sign in, you export your database, and you put it in a plan, and you already have created a portion of your systematic way to communicate with them, because it's very important to get in contact also via phone. And today, even the study says people are reading more text than emails, okay? Especially for people that don't work with emails in a daily basis, the text is more efficient than email. So it would be a phone call, text, email. Obviously, for the time being, you make less phone call than if you send 100, 200, 500 texts, automatic text, and there are systems for that. Twilio, 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 Twilio is one of the systems to send text, okay, in case that you need it. Okay, so I went off track. We did the building, the feeding, the communicate systematically. So now we're gonna service all the lead that comes our way. And once again, depend on the nature of your business, but we need to get on the fast track. We're gonna funnel all the leads. And funnel means that all our marketing piece, everything that we do is gonna be using one phone number or one website or one social media. We don't have my cell phone, my partner cell phone, the office cell phone in different marketing material. We're gonna funnel only with one contact point. Then we're gonna assign the lead. If you are the only person in your business, obviously you're not assigning the business to anybody, it's assigned to you. And then we're gonna source of the lead, where it coming from, where it come from, from my cycling community, it come from my church, it come from my chamber of commerce, it come from Chile Chamber of Commerce, where the leads are coming from, so I can keep investing on those sources. And then obviously we're gonna track those leads to see the conversion ratio, because we may get a lot of referral from any source, but we may not able to convert those leads and turn as a business at the end. Okay, so that will be the last portion of the class, and just gonna read this. Funneling the lead is the lead generation sources, bringing in the lead. If the sources that convert those business, we're gonna track whether or not the leads are being followed up by me, by my assistant, by whoever is the lead is being assigned. We're gonna track those conversion rates. And this is important, we're gonna reward the referral sources. So for example, in my business, we reward, if somebody sends us a referral, we send a note with something inside. If you send us a second referral, we send something different. So, you reward the referral sources. Same thing. If you have any vendor, any allied resource that you work with, and they constantly send you referrals, for example, the lead, the mortgage broker. Some of you know James Parker, he's in the Lead the Way group, like I am. So sometimes he provides referral to me. Obviously, I reciprocate I don't know how to pronounce that, reciprocity, and I provide business to him. When the buyer come without pre-approval, obviously I refer business to them and we reward some other way. So that's pretty much when you serving your leads. You know, unity in marketing is what I talked before, is to unify your phone number, your email, your Facebook page, your social media. Just don't be all over the place, different colors, different numbers. Just unify your sign, flyer, ad, direct mail piece, your promotional item, business card, website, etc. Have the same phone number, email, website, your interactive voice response system. The voicemail from your phone is very important. People don't even remember that, and sometimes they're very scary automatic voicemails on the phone number. And it's good to have your business. Hi, I'm Ivan Saldias from the Regueira Saldias Group. Sorry, I missed your call. I will return, blah, 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 your call quickly. So again, this is unifying the marketing piece. Then we're gonna assign the lead, the new lead to the proper group in our database. Mentioned it before, if the lead comes from the Chamber of Commerce, Miramar Pine, from the Chile Chamber of Commerce, from my cycling group, if come from the Lead the Way group, from the different group that you may have in your database. And also we're gonna, if the new lead, we're gonna assign the new lead to the appropriate marketing action plan. For example, we have a smart plan for different clients. If you are a buyer on the fence and if you're not ready to buy today, you're gonna be ready in a year, we put you in a smart plan with 12 emails with different touches related to first-time home buyer. For example, how to use your credit, how the do's and don'ts of using your credit, how you get pre-qualified, home inspection, this and that. So we use different marketing actions plan depending on your database. We use tags, T-A-G-S. We tag our database in different colors, in different groups. So based on that is our marketing action plans that we use to touch our database. And the general public, most of them go to our, remember, the 33 touches, where we do 24 email, 4 phone calls, and the different events that we do during the year. Okay, and finally, assigning the lead to the action plan activity if you have a team member, and the team member that's going to be in charge of that. Again, part of how we assign the lead, if they come from geographic area, from a referral agent, past client, a sphere of influence, investor, depending. So you're gonna reward those sources. And these are more real estate related, but same thing, past client, agent referral, network advocate, core advocate, open house in our case, website, magazine, newspaper, past client, etc. Those are the different sources of your lead. And then we're gonna track them, number 4, to follow up with them. If they need to buy, sell, put them in a pre-approval in my case, or whatever follow-up you need to do based on the nature of your business. And you're gonna track the lead by sources so you can reward them. And also the ratio of the lead to close business, how many leads I get and how many closed business I can get out of those leads. And that's at the end of the day to make sense if our efforts are being paid with the lead and the conversion that we have. So the final thought for today, this is pretty much the class that I want to provide to everybody. This is based on my experience, and again, we are way above the average of realtors in South Florida, and we have accomplished everything pretty much based working with our database. So we are just proud of that. That doesn't mean that we are not going to do farming or cold calling in the near future, but obviously to expand our business and get to the next level, certainly is something that we're going to do. So I commend you to pay attention in the four law of real estate, to build your database, to feed it every day, to communicate with them systematically, and also to service all the leads that comes your way. So that will be it for me. I really appreciate all your time. I don't know if you have any question.
Ivan, I have a question. How important, and I say this because I'm working on this today, how important is to keep that database clean?
Oof. It is super important because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you have 10,000 people, if just, I mean, let's say you have 10,000 people, but if you're not feeding the database or you're not communicating with them, you don't know the conversion ratio that you will have. For example, you have metrics. You can send an email to your 10, let's say 1,000 people. If just 5% of those 1,000 people open your email, meaning that they have you in the spam, that they don't communicate with you, they don't want to know about you because the opening ratio is pretty small. You know, as you start communicating with them, you are getting out of the spam folder and more people are opening your email and engaging with you. So right now, we have close to 20% opening ratio in our email when the average of the industry is supposed to be 12 to 14%. So if I send 6,000 email, 1,200 people in a day will look at our information. So every touch that we have with our client in our phone calls, we clean our database, we put a note, you know, if they're not interested in buying, selling, obviously we take them out of the smart plan. And the most importantly, because we are liable for that, if they want to unsubscribe and they don't want to receive your information, you just have to out.
Yeah.
You know, there is no way around that.
I have a question.
Yes.
Ivan, is your business predominantly residential real estate, or my question is, do you also have commercial real estate in your
Yes.
portfolio?
Okay. We, as a realtor, we are licensed to do residential and commercial.
Okay.
Obviously, the big portion of my business is being residential.
Mhm.
Like, I don't, you looking at the flyer, one-stop real estate service?
Yes.
Okay. So pretty much that's what we do. We represent sellers in a regular sale, or if they're losing their houses, divorce, they don't have a job, this and that, and they have to do a short sale. We do a short sale. We represent bank with auction, foreclosures, and online bidding stuff. We know all that. We also represent buyers, first-time home buyer, people that are first time that they're going to buy a property, a conventional buyer, investor that buy and flip properties, or that want to buy, you know, online. That is very risky for all the liens, stuff like that. So we work with any type of people that need a roof on top of them. And we love our bread and butter, that how they say, is our first-time home buyer, because we do a lot of rentals too. We do a lot of rentals, so our dream is to put rentals into home ownership. So even though they take 6 months, a year, 2 years to start ready to buy a house, we love to work with them because we help them to build their credit, to build their financials, you know, to put them on track to buy a house. When we rent a house, a property for them, even if it's for a year or whatever the period is, if they're ready to buy in 6 months, 7 months, we take them out of the lease and say, okay, you can cancel, but you need to buy. You know, you don't need to move to another rental. So we help people on that. So beside the residential that we do pretty much everything, between renting a $600 efficiency to $1 million house or condo, we also work with commercial. We have done church, nail salon, hair salon, businesses, brokerage. We just closed, for example, a company that clean all the parking lot at night, Walmart parking lot, those big parking lot. They have these big machines that clean street. It's not on our main focus of business, but we do commercial, and also we have a team within us that, you know, they are very well experienced on commercial property.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if you have any question, but I'm gonna show you quick some of the things that I just talked to you what we do. This is, for example, some picture of our client appreciation event, and we do it on CB Smith Park every May. You're gonna be invited. Hopefully, if we are open, we're not sure that we're gonna be too close to do it. We got a Zumba dance, yoga. So we are very involved with the community. Obviously, we have wines and beer, you know, to have fun. A lot of food, a lot of dancing. That's Ari in the picture. So that's one of the events that we do. We also sponsor the Net at Night with the Chamber of Commerce. That's our CEO, Robert, right there, and a couple of other people in our office in Pembroke Pines and Sheridan. So that's another event that we do. That's the Net at Night. We are, as I mentioned, we are in the Chile and USA Chamber of Commerce. So we are one of the members over there, very active with the chamber. There you go. That's back our CEO. He wanna be there. And also I'm involved with Keller Williams and real estate in Chile. So I get referrals from the office or the realtors in Chile. So obviously besides your geographic area, I don't know if depending on the nature of your business, you can, you know, build your database somewhere else from people from foreign national or from another state. That's a recognition that we got from the Chamber of Commerce of Chile. Some of the gifts that we do to our clients, you know, we buy a sticker in one of the chamber printing company to thank them. The wine is from Chile, obviously. We do, you know, I forgot, the Thanksgiving, Halloween. We get some popcorn, some cotton candy, things like that. That's James Parker. We do a first time home buyer event, home seminar and wine testing where we were able to do that. That's me talking about real estate. And now this is my invitation to everyone. We have a raffle on December 18th. It's a Peloton bike valuing $2,000. You can register by typing in your browser giveaway.regaitasaldiasgroup.com. You can fill out the form, or you can call on December 18 from 9 to 5, and the winner will be choose on the same 18 at 8 p.m. in our Facebook business page, Regaita Saldias Group, Real Estate Florida. That's it for me. Back to you, Robert.
First of all, I want to thank you, Ivan, for doing this. This is important, and people don't realize how important this is if you have a database, whether it be Constant Contact, a small database, and you have the right information, it opens up so many more doors for you. I know from my personal company, I have a small Constant Contact database that keeps all that, but it keeps the birth date, the anniversary, and so I can do some special things for my clients and get them out the information. And we're only as good as our database is also. And so for the chamber's growth would not have occurred without having such a large database where all I have to do, it takes me 2 seconds, I can send out an email to up to 15,000 people to get their attention and get something going. So it's very important. If you get a chance, definitely look into that. If you need more help, I know Ivan or myself can definitely help you with that. But again, I want to thank you, Ivan, for doing a topic that's very timely and needed as we're going into this next year.
You're very welcome, and thank you for all what you do with the chamber, and thank you for the opportunity to be involved with all the members.
Folks, that is all for our Chamber University today. There will be a recording put up on our YouTube page. If you've missed anything or want to check back with it, will be posted up on our YouTube page by the end of the week. Again, we want to thank you from the Chamber of Commerce and the Business Partnership for being here today, and look forward to assisting you in the years to come.